Coinbase stock has been on fire. COIN is the ticker symbol if you haven't seen what's going on. Of course, there's two variables that are affecting crypto right now. Crypto has surged. But Coinbase stock, is it really worth it? It's doubled in just about a month's time. Let's jump in. I want to show you a couple charts that show that maybe Coinbase stock has gone too far and it'll probably come back down. Let's jump in. If you're new to my channel, thanks so much for stopping by. Make sure to hit the like and follow button. I'm an economist and a value investor, and I'm breaking down Coinbase stock, looking at its actual value and being pragmatic. When you look at some of these charts that I've got, you sit there and you say, wait, where is this coming from, the move for Coinbase stock? It's moved up quite a bit. First, let's take a look at, this is via coincodex.com. Crypto trading volume. And as you can see, not quite at its peaks, but things have certainly moved up. What's going on? Two things. ETFs, very likely. Okay, great. Second thing, interest rates, moving back downward. If we consider crypto an asset, interest rates would, if interest rates are moving downward, assets like crypto would move upward. So we've seen some big moves there, and it's in conjunction with a whole bunch of news announcements that more than likely ETFs are going to be approved. Awesome. I don't know how an approval of an ETF would really accelerate the volumes too much on some of these things. And the reason is simply this. Anybody with one or two brain cells can figure out to buy the specific coin directly and not have to deal with, say, an ETF. Those ETFs, they deteriorate. Those guys who run them, they want that money. They're going to take a fee. Maybe it's a 0.20 percentage. That's nothing. But still, it's some attrition. And if you really are kind of in on some of these cryptos, myself, full disclosure, a ton of my trading that I do is in Ethereum. And I do almost all of my trading is options related. I barely ever take positions directly on Ethereum or Bitcoin using spot or the coin itself. I trade options. My strategy, real simple. I want to grow the total number of coins that I have, and I do that by selling options out of the money. Typically, like I'm looking at selling some calls right now because Ethereum has popped up, and I think it's a little bit too much. So maybe 2350 calls, and with just a couple days, 4 or 5 days expiration, and maybe 24 calls on Ethereum. I'll probably buy those to sort of protect myself for anything that gets run away. It's a small amount, but I'm constantly bringing in that small amount. So I'm constantly trading these, trying to grow my coins. All right. So I'm always watching the pulse of this, and wow, do not mind the value of my portfolio or my account moving up like it is. But then I sit there and I ask the question, man, it was so easy years ago when it wasn't easy for me to get into crypto. Just whip out a card, go to an ATM. They had crypto ATMs where you didn't have to slide your driver's license way back in the day. Now you do. Makes things a little more less interesting. So these ETFs, anybody can go out and basically pick up your crypto without dealing with an ETF. So I don't really see this as a huge mover. Yeah, there's going to be some movement, but not enough. I just look at it as if anybody's savvy enough, they're going to get in on crypto straight in, ignoring the ETFs. Those ETFs over years, they will increase the total assets under management, AUM. But largely, I don't think they're going to be a huge factor. And I know that everybody's cheerleading as much as they can to see crypto go back up to where it was. Sure, I'm on that boat. But my real focus right now is just more coins, more coins, more coins, not the total value. So I try to be pragmatic when I look at things like that. Now, the interest rate variables, of course, interest rates are likely to move lower even after what happened today. That will play into the valuation for crypto. If we actually see the moves lower, like we just saw in the markets today for interest rates, crypto would continue higher. But let's take a look at Coinbase itself, Coinbase stock. Here's where I look at Coinbase and I say, where? Your quarterly revenue for the last period was 670 million. Projected revenue, 3.35 billion is what they're looking for in 2025, 2024, 316. Gross margins, 81.4%. They don't have a whole lot going on there. It doesn't cost them a terrible amount of money to get the product out. But operating margins. In 2021, late 2021, when we had the big surge, Coinbase stock didn't even see positive operating margins, net margins. So as a value investor, one of the things I'm looking for is A, continually increasing revenues. B, continually increasing profits. We're not even seeing profits here for net margins for Coinbase stock. So it really, for me, it's sort of like, where is any of this value coming from? We probably won't see the absolute volume in crypto that we saw late 2021 going into 2022, which didn't even get Coinbase profitable. Earnings per share, here's your latest numbers on Coinbase stock's earnings per share. And as you can see, still not positive. Basically, the bottom line is this: they're not profitable. It's a stretch to see them get profitable. More than likely, yes, these crypto's getting some people excited again, but Coinbase stock is so far away from profitability to get to the valuation of its stock. And as we see in 2024, they're still expecting negative numbers for profits. So where's the value for this coming from? Cash flow, it's still negative. Nonetheless, here's a good look at the Coinbase stock itself. And as you can see, we were at $70 beginning of November. The two things, of course, number one, biggest thing was interest rates turned right back around, and this sent a lot of stocks higher. But with the possibility of ETFs, and as you can see, we saw that all the way throughout the year, things started getting interesting for Coinbase stock because of the potential of these ETFs. But again, for me, I don't think that's really anything there. These assets under management, these potential asset managers will be bringing on, isn't going to increase volume so much that would necessarily affect Coinbase. They're still negative net earnings. So to be sitting up to close to 150, that's double. It was at 50 just 7 months ago? Now it's triple that. Where's the valuation? Sure, I would love to see crypto keep going. I have a portfolio, a very large portfolio of coins that I would love to see the valuation of those stocks move to, say, 3,500, 5,000, 10,000 for Ethereum. Will it actually happen? Probably not anytime soon. Could it possibly happen at some point? Might be years. And in the meantime, I'm going to build up my Coinbase. But when I look at Coinbase stock is just so overvalued and so beyond speculative that anybody who's sitting on this stock is probably going to get hit pretty hard based on reality, when even with ETFs being improved, even with interest rates moving lower, there's just not enough volume for them to be profitable. And when the next quarterly earnings hit in, I think I want to say about February, which is about a month and a half away, Coinbase stock probably going to take it pretty hard to the downside. And by then, maybe we did get some approval for ETH or ETFs on crypto. We'll see how that plays out. From my perspective, I look at value. The moves in Coinbase stock itself, this is purely speculative. Even if you broke down speculation, these ETFs are just not going to produce enough volume that would push Coinbase value profits to a point where it is profitable to justify its current stock price. They would need about $15 earnings per share annually to justify today's price. Maybe $10, given price valuations we're looking at right now. They're still negative. This is so far beyond speculative that I don't see how anything but Coinbase stock moving back lower is the only possibility. But we'll keep that in mind. I've actually, I'll continue to update this stock because it is something I pay attention to very regular because of my portfolio. Make sure to hit that like and follow button, and I'll see you in the next video.